Hey, what's up my Koopa Troop? It's Koops! Welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Emerald! Guys, we just had Repel wear off, but that's okay. We are now searching for the legendary Latios. Yes, it is going to be Latios. We actually have not spotted him. What we have done though, however, if you guys remember, we were at our house at one time and the TV said, something about, oh, was it a blue Pokemon or was it a red Pokemon? Well, we selected blue, which will give us the Latios instead of the Latias. It doesn't really particularly matter to me, but that's that. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I will look for a Pokemon in these routes. Now I believe we're in route over here. We are in route 121, and that's Lily Cove City. Am I right there? Yeah, 121. So we can go into route 121 and look for Pokemon and then go back. And the reason why I do this is because I know Latios move depending on when you change routes and things like that. I think also we can go forward and switch over to Route 120 is kind of the idea. Maybe go to Route 120, fly back. So we're going to be kind of searching around trying to find it in this episode. If I can't find it for a while, don't worry, I'll cut forward till we actually do hopefully find it and capture it. But it will be challenging. These are one of the more frustrating Pokemons to catch in the game. Or actually, I would say it's the same as the legendary dogs. You guys remember Gold and Silver, how they would always escape and you have to find them walking through the grass. Yeah, remember what a pain that was? Well, don't worry, this is just as painful. Just as painful. Except there's only one instead of three, so the pain has been dampened a little bit. Now, there are several ways of doing this. You can have a Pokemon first that, you can use like Glare, or not Glare, it was a move to Mean Look to hold them in so they couldn't run. And there's other different types of things you can do to try and stop them from running. Now, let's see, we're going to look up here. Wait, this is all grass. We can just go through this. So we're going to look right here, and I'll run back between Route 120 and 121. We'll take a look for a little bit and see if we can find this Pokemon. Because until I find it, I can't search my Pokédex for it. Granted, once you search your Pokédex for it, doesn't mean you know where it is. It keeps moving all the time. That's the annoying thing. So you kind of have to trap it. Well, unfortunately, because we haven't found it yet, I have to look around a little bit first. So hopefully we can find it. Once we find it, then we will be free to search for it in the Pokédex. But to be honest, once we find this thing, it's going to be a one-time capture. I believe. I think I'm not going to let it get away is my evil plan. It might have friends and family, but I don't care because I'm a Pokemon trainer. Doesn't even matter. Whoa! What do we have here? We have a random Absol. I do not know if these things are rare, but they're pretty badass looking. I'd like to think that they're kind of rare, but none of my moves will not kill this thing. I will try and be nice to it with a feint attack. Don't kill it. Free Hugs. Free Hugs is going to kill this thing, isn't he? Don't do it. Don't. Oh, he killed it. Well, we tried not to kill it. It wasn't very effective, but it still died. Oh, well. Free Hugs is just too beastly. Too beastly. So we're still looking around in here. And then I'll run back to 121, take another look there. And we found a Meryl. Cool stuff, Meryl. Cool stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here, bub. I don't even care about you or your feelings. Why aren't Meryls in the middle of grass right there? Shouldn't they be like swimming in water or something like that? Alright, so now we'll make our way back to 121. And we'll just kind of search for some Pokemon here. We're just kind of looking around a little bit first to try and hopefully find it. I always get excited when I see these, like the outline of a Wingull. I'm pretty sure it's like the Pokemon we're looking for. And then I'm like, ah, damn, it's just a Wingull. Look how small and puny that Wingull is. I don't even care about it. Already got that item there. Oh, Latios, where are you? We got a Shuppet. That's pretty cool. I've never really used too much of a Shuppet in any of my games, but that's another ghost type Pokemon. I don't know, man. I just can't get I can't get past the fact that Gengar is just too badass. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of that, it was always really frustrating back in the day when you have your game and you're like, oh, I got a Kadabra, which is like on its way to becoming Alakazam, which is probably the best Psychic type Pokemon, except for maybe Mewtwo. That in Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow, so you get this Kadabra and you're like, oh, but to get an Alakazam I have to trade it. Oh, and I don't want to trade it, because no one's gonna trade back, or they're just gonna keep it. You have to have a friend who is willing to trade back with you, and none of them were willing, or I didn't have any friends, or something like that. I remember there was issues with it that I couldn't get my Alakazam back. And now we got a mighty, we're just like running into all the cool Pokemon over here, but we don't need to fight them. They're won't give us any real points, and being on level 60, we are way overpowered for these level 25s. But so I don't know, I could never I never could get my Alakazam, and then Haunter and Gengar was the exact same thing. I really wanted a Gengar. I mean, Machamp was like, Machamps are cool, and I liked it too, but I never like really tried that hard for it. But Gengar, man, I wanted that Gengar so badly and could never get it. I never could trade with my friends to get it, so I don't know, that was frustrating. I had that same problem when I was trying to get Steelix later too. I was always trying to decide between Steelix or Scizor. Well, yeah, just speaking kind of a random question, guys, which one did you prefer? If you guys played Gold and Silver, and you always had the option of trading, let's say, to get a Scizor or Steelix. I think I normally went for the Scizor just because that is like such a badass looking Pokemon. It is so cool. But the Steelix was awesome as well. I don't know. I always had trouble deciding which one. I'd catch a Scyther in that bug Pokemon contest. Remember that? Yeah, that was awesome. Catch one of those, I'd win that contest. Well, I would try to win it. Normally I got like second because someone caught like a damn Pinsir or something. I'm like, oh man, give me your Pinsir, you piece of crap. But no, he would just take his Pinsir, he'd win the battle, and I was like, gotta leave with my Scyther. But then I'd have a Scyther, which is pretty cool. Pinsir was awesome too, but Scyther ends up being kind of better, especially if you evolve into a Scizor. So that's what I would do, get a Scizor. I would be pretty proud of myself, to be honest, but Scizor really didn't have that many good moves. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, but I still don't think in Gold and Silver bug Pokemon still kind of sucked. I think they still they still do, I believe, but they're not as bad. They have a couple of new bug moves nowadays in the recent games that are pretty good, but back then, Gold, Silver, Fire and Red, I mean, bug Pokemon were trash. Those were what you used to get your Pikachu up to like level 12. You were killing Metapods left and right for that 51-point grind. Oh man. So Metapods kept using Harden, and you just tackle, you just keep tapping A. You wouldn't even look at the screen anymore. You're like, just tell me when it's over game, I don't even care. Yeah, that's how it was for me, I don't know. So I was always on that Metapod grind, trying to get up there. But, oh well, we still haven't ran into any wild Latioses. This isn't going so well. I was kind of hoping one would just kind of pop out and surprise me. Maybe if I yelled out loud like it's my birthday or something, they would like all fly over here and be like, hey, congratulations, Coops, it's your birthday. It's not, but I could pretend, a little white lie. It wouldn't really hurt the Latios, maybe a little bit. I mean, they'd fly over and they'd be like, oh, it's not his birthday. And then I'd fight him to a Pokemon fight and they'd be like, oh, what the hell, man? I was expecting birthday cake. That's the only reason I came. It's for birthday cake. And now you're going to throw these Pokeballs at me? I don't appreciate that. Oddish, you are not what I'm looking for. Well, so far, Latios is 1 and Koops is 0. We'll have to keep looking for him a little bit longer, and then I will call it quits for this, not episode, but quits for on-screen time, and then I will keep looking for that damn thing until it just pops out of nowhere, and I'll be like, ha-ha! Surprise! It's capture time! Kind of thing. At least that would be the goal. We'll see. We'll see. Come on, Latios. I'm crossing my fingers so hard right now. I just want him to pop up and be like, yo, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I know you're like recording an episode right now, so it'd be really cool if I popped up. Because my problem is I really, I want to be recording when he pops up. If I'm not recording when he pops up, then I gotta go try and run over and set it all up and make sure we're recording so you guys can see the wild Latios. That'd be pretty cool, but if I keep recording for like the next hour while this thing just goes and play hide and go seek with itself, that won't be fun for me or my hard drive space, So that's the other issue I'm running into right now. I'm also running into a bunch of Mightynas, which are cool. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather them be Latioses at this point in time. Oddish, you are not the legendary I'm looking for. I don't know if there's a good spot or something that they always just appear in, or like someplace they always go party. So I am not currently finding that party spot. That Latios party spot. That's the name of the game here. And Mightyna, would you please leave me alone? The most annoying thing about you is I gotta wait extra long time for my attack to go down. If you're Intimidate. I'm not even intimidated by you. You're wearing like a black carpet on your back. I mean, how is that intimidating? I mean, yeah, I guess he's got fangs. Fangs are intimidating, that's for sure. He's got claws. Claws are pretty intimidating. I guess the fact that he looks like a wolf is pretty intimidating, I suppose, but I'm not running in fear from that thing. You feel like once you've seen one, you've seen them all, but I guess it doesn't work like that in Pokemon, because we see a new one every time. We're still freaking out. We're like, oh god, it's Mightyna, it's gonna kill me! Even though I can easily destroy it with Papatoad. Even Papatoad gets intimidated. I'm sitting there going, Papatoad, man, one Mach Punch and this thing's gonna be dying. Like, what are you intimidated by? You're just gonna punch it in the face. You know, like how intimidating is that, you know? When you're so super effective versus these things, like what's there to be scared of? I don't know. Anyways, let's give it 6 more Pokemon. How about that? And then I will call my recording part quits, and I will keep looking for it off screen kind of thing, and then hopefully I'll record it on screen when I find it. Here's Pokemon number 1. It is a Meryl. Not our legendary Latios. Come on, Meryl. That is not what we wanted right there. We wanted you to be the legendary. Number 1. Number 2 is going to be, cross your fingers, it's a Meryl. Oh, it's a Meryl. All right, let's try number 3. If number 3 is a Meryl, I will be killing all Meryls in this area. That's just that's the way it's gonna go, guys. All right, don't be a Meryl. Be a legendary. Not a legendary Meryl. Oh, it's a Mightyena. Okay. All right, that was number 3 right there. We are halfway down towards our little goal of not finding our legendary we're looking for. We will go ahead and flee from that thing. So that's 3 down. Let's go look for another 3 over here, and hopefully we can find it. That guy, I always run into that guy when I run over this way. Number 4 is not. It's another Mightyena. What's this one doing over here? I feel like it escaped from that other area. Route 120 just kind of ran over here to join the party. We don't want you over here, Mightyena. We want you away. We want you gone. All right, what's number 5? What's number 5? It's right in the corner here. It's got to be a legendary. No, it's a Shuppet. It's a damn Shuppet. All right, well, that wasn't the legendary I was looking for. Let's go ahead and run from that. All right, guys, let's see here. Last chance for on-screen. It is a Mightyena. Ah, boo. Okay, well, I will hopefully be back then in a little while for me and a little bit for you guys after hopefully I found this damn Pokemon. So, yeah, we'll see you then. Ho-ho! Finally! Look who decided to show up. Unannounced, uninvited. But there we go. Finally found the Latios. It is a quick battle from here, guys. I know there's several methods. You could use a Trapinch with the Arena Trap. You could use a Wobbuffet as a very common way to capture the Latios. Use the Wobbuffet. It's got the Arena Trap thing so it can't run. You stay in there and you fight it and you win it with an Ultra Ball Master thing. But I'm going to go do the other route, which is use the Master Ball on this guy. Now, that is maybe different than other people might say. You guys might be mad at me, but the other ones don't run and therefore are just an Ultra Ball or a Timer Ball away from being captured. This is one of the more annoying ones, so instead of having to deal with figuring it all out, I'm going to go ahead and use my McDonald's ball over here and capture this Latios. Boom! Unfortunately for him, he is not going to be able to escape from that Master Ball, so that is a guaranteed capture! Woohoo! Alright. And let's see, here's data's added to the Pokédex. Even in hiding, it can detect the locations of others and sense their emotions since it has telepathy. Its intelligence allows it to understand human languages. We'll go ahead and give it a nickname. The name I thought of is not very awesome, but is Jet Stream. So we'll call him Jetstream. It's an okay name, I suppose. It's not the worst name I've ever heard, but it's maybe not the best either. But there you go, Jetstream it is. Alright guys, now before I end this episode off, I'm actually going to go ahead and show you my methods I then use for capturing him, because it's changed a couple of times. It took me about 45 minutes or whatever to find him, but with my last method it took a lot less time. So I actually was using a level 35 to 39 Pokemon and throwing on the Repel. I was running around in this grass right here, over right above Slateport, then running up here to this bike tower, or this, you know, the building with the bike cycling road, running back here, and then running through the grass right here. I was using the Repel, and therefore I could just run right into it, just him with the 38. He's on level 40, so it's easier. But you can do it where you don't use Repel and just kind of run into 3 Pokemon, then run right back into the building. And I just repeated the thing over and over for a little bit. And I found the guy after probably about 5 minutes of doing this strategy. So I think it worked out. If you have not seen him in the Pokédex, this works out. If you have seen him in the Pokédex, then you can just kind of track his location and keep flying. Like, you could even come here and then fly down to Slateport, then run up here, and fly down to Slateport, then run up. Like, keep flying and running back and forth, and you'll eventually run into Latios in the grass, like that, how I just stepped in there. It's not going to be a Latios because I just captured it, but you guys get the idea. So that's what I was doing. It worked a lot better than my area up there, but I think a lot of it really is just a lot of luck, and they really want you to just keep playing the game and just run into them randomly, but you can kind of cheat the system a little bit, and that's what I did, and it worked, so woohoo! Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this episode, and we caught the Latios, good for us, and I will see you guys next episode. Till then, take it easy, peace.